In this video, I'd like to talk briefly about pay-per-lead and how usually in B2B it's a scam, and how you as the business owner usually wind up with the short straw. Pay-per-lead started and is still widely and legitimately offered for products and services in the consumer market. For example, products like solar power, insurance, legal services, durable medical equipment, plumbing services, and so on are often marketed this way. And the reason why it works is because the company that's generating the lead knows that if the client doesn't pay, they can turn around and sell that same lead to 10 other companies. So they're guaranteed to get a positive return on the money they spent generating the lead. Over the years, however, primarily because of the intense competition among marketing firms, agencies started offering pay-per-lead to B2B clients. Keep in mind that part of the reason there's so much competition among marketing firms is because the barriers to entry are so low, and so you get a lot of firms coming in that don't know what they're doing. But when businesses operating in the B2B sector hear about pay-per-lead, many of them jump at it. Excuse me. Another reason for pay-per-lead catching on is that the marketing firms, in order to win business like anyone else, put their best foot forward, and so prospective clients naturally call them on it. They say, if you're so good, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? And also, a large number of clients who, because of the nature of their own business, often have to offer a guarantee. They figure they're justified in demanding it from one of their vendors. But notice as we go down this path that an IT firm, for example, can always put a bomb in their code in case the client doesn't pay, and an industrial equipment manufacturer can always repossess the equipment, while a marketing firm has no equivalent recourse because of the ephemeral nature of a sales lead. Anyway, pay-per-lead is now offered as a kind of risk-free marketing service. If the leads are good, you pay, and if they're not, you don't. And notwithstanding any lead qualification criteria, which can obviously get pretty subjective, what's not to like? But you have to ask, why would a marketing firm risk their survival on a client's subjective acceptance criteria, or worse, on their integrity? And the answer is, they won't. And that's what sets up the scam. A marketing firm that offers pay-per-lead services, if they can't easily resell the lead in the event that the client doesn't pay, has no choice but to figure out a way not to lose money on the deal. So there are a couple of techniques that marketing firms use to solve the problem. Some marketing firms make you pay a retainer for, say, buying a particular number of leads, and then that fund is taken down as you accept them. Other marketers jack up the price of the lead to the point where they can actually buy the appointment. That is, pay a prospect to meet with you, and they still make money. And other marketing firms play the Hunger Games with their own people, passing the risk to their own staff or suppliers and making them eat it if it goes south. So let's pick these apart one by one and see how they hurt you. In the first case, where you pay a retainer, realize that it basically puts you in the position of having to argue or even sue to get your money back. But what's really ironic about this is that, in all likelihood, you're going to accept the first few leads because you want to show what a good guy you are in spite of you wanting to do pay-per-lead, by the way, even if those leads are not really qualified. And by the time you lose your patience accepting bad leads, the vendor has already made back his investment. And eventually you'll get tired of arguing and probably just walk away, with the major harm not just being the money you wasted, but also the time. In the second case, the one where the marketing firm charges so much that they can actually buy the appointment, it should be pretty obvious that these leads will never close. But here's what's so funny about it. In all likelihood, you or your salespeople said something like, just get me in the door and I can close anyone, maybe even as a motivator for the marketing firm to accept a piece of the back end. You realize that you're literally setting yourself up for failure, and the marketing firm just pulled this major jujitsu move on you though, right? Why? Because here's the harm. Because your salespeople are going to quit when you tell them to follow up on these leads, and they'll be left without a sales team, in addition to probably wasting another 6 months. In the third case, the one where the marketing firm doesn't pay its people unless you're happy, Just imagine what that telemarketer is going to say to all your prospects you talk to on your behalf and all the people on Glassdoor about you when you don't pay. Good luck cleaning up that mess. Look, as John Ruskin said, there is hardly anything in the world that some man cannot make a little worse and sell a little cheaper. And the people who consider price only are this man's lawful prey. Anyway, if you want to solve the problem, call us. We can help.